Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, before we get started, we're going to give our praises, honor and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Chakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of JMS who teach in Rubel, and peace and love to the elect of the nation of Israel. I'm brother Anah, and I got with me
Brother Ayawab.
Malachi.
and I'm with the brothers here on JMS Nashville. So, Lord willing, this lesson be edifying to the elect and straight to the point, man. And we just gonna flow in the spirit, And real quick, we got a quick article dealing with the news on the U.S. casualty. I can't get my words out. Casualties, right? With Yuan, right? So it say from the Irish Times, the Pentagon reports more than 600 U.S. casualties during Yuan war, and this was published Monday, July 27, 2026. Right? So more than 600 U.S. casualties, right? And how I noticed that the local news here in the U.S. ain't covering this topic, man. But we know all hell, gonna continue to escalate, and the war is gonna continue to escalate, man. It's not dying down. None of that. All that peace treaties in the past, all that, that were made, it was null and void.
Propaganda.
Exactly. It was just, like the brother Malachi said, propaganda, man.
I got a quick scripture if you don't mind.
Bring it out. You gotta see.
Because I'll probably get that a little later. But they've been using propaganda, really, especially with Esau, since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Which is basically just putting up a facade for people that aren't in the know to get them all confused and bugged out about what's going on. They did it in World War II and I, Vietnam. They've done it time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no surprise that he's not going to report these on his numbers, because that's going to show that he's not as mighty as he's portraying himself to be. So 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, it says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices."
Mm-hmm.
And this is just one of his many devices. His deceit, his trickery. We can tell that he's no longer that mighty force that he used to be back during the time of Rome. Even though this is Rome revived, his vintage is failing.
Yep.
And ultimately, we know the prophecy says that he's going to be destroyed in the end.
Yep.
America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, and Esau is going to be taken out of power.
God, Esau is losing his power, man. Lord is breaking him down, man. And it's beautiful, man. Right? You had something?
I was looking something up real quick.
Yeah, and we know that a drought is coming. Over 600, and that's just what they tell us. It could be more than 600. Who knows? Right? Mm-hmm. But we definitely know a drought is coming. It already came out months ago. How they updated it from 18 to 25, an automatic drought. So a lot of you YNs gonna be drafted. And YHs, because y'all wanted equal rights as well. So we know a draft is coming, And I had a precept, and I had this in a Good News Translation. This is 2 Ezra 16, and I'm going to start at 33 in a Good News Translation. It say young women will be in mourning because there's no one to marry them. Wives will be in mourning because they have lost their husbands. Daughters will be in mourning because there's no one to help them. Why? Because of this war. Because of the destruction, the tribulation, right? The chaos that's going on. Ultimately, the war. Because it's saying in verse 34 in the Good News Translation, all the young men will be killed in the war. You see? And all the married men will die in famine. Is it because the famine is coming? And we know the most important famine, according to the scriptures, is what? Hearing the words of the Lord, Amos 8 and 11. Mm-hmm. So when people go through hard times, what do they turn to? The book of the dead? No, the book of the Bible. You see? Because even the Lord, when Satan came to him, the Lord, defeated him, right? With the scriptures. Matthew 4 and 4, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High. So the most important famine is hearing the words of the Lord, getting His wisdom, knowledge, understanding. So we know actually famine is going to come where there's not going to be food and water, but the most important famine is the word, getting the word, the knowledge, the wisdom, because that's going to be the stability of our times or the hard times that is coming. But it say again from the top, all the young men will be killed in the war, and because they're gonna be drafted over there. And once you get drafted, you ain't no coming back. You see? Then it's all the married men would die in the famine. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And that's plain. You had some, bro?
Yeah, because I looked it up. How much money had the United States spent versus Iran in the war? And it says the official direct cost of the conflict for the United States has reached $37.5 billion, as stated by the U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, which is now what is called the U.S. Defense of War, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Department of War.
Yeah, Department of War. Yep. It says, in stark contrast, Iran's total annualized military budget for the conflict period is roughly $9.2 billion to $23.1 billion, and showing you that Iran is standing toe-to-toe with America. They may not be as strong as America, but you have the weak saying that they're strong, as I got right here in Joel 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So the weak are saying that they're strong. You got them trying to get, which they may have it already, but nuclear powered weapons. You got North Korea that has nuclear powered weapons. The United States just said, man, just leave North Korea alone. They got nuclear power, because if you piss them off too much, they can. There's not much you can do when another country has the same power that you have in a sense of nuclear technology and nuclear weapons, because all it takes is one button.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, ain't no winners in this nuclear war except the Lord, because He gonna come out victorious. Like He gonna get the victory.
And then, because America may have a strong Navy presence, but also Iran has been using low budget drones to combat really the U.S. Navy. They got not the stalemate, but that little blockade of the strait. Iran just makes some low budget drones to stir things up, man.
Sea mines.
Yeah, sea mines,
and they say it takes a whole bunch of interceptor missiles just for them to take one Iranian one out.
Yep.
They're prepared for a marathon war.
Pretty much, and they said that. You said we prepare for the long haul.
Yep.
They can drag these things out for years, months.
And
we don't got years.
And they want you to invade the land.
They want you to. Yeah, they stand 10 toes behind it.
Because you even seen what happened with Afghanistan. America didn't win that. They eventually pulled out and left all them weapons and stuff over there. America hasn't really won in a long, long time. They didn't win Vietnam.
They didn't win Vietnam. That's
and
a
the
long,
other
long
war,
time.
okay, World War II. Bro, they joined at the very end of the war. And it was Russia that really carried the heavy weight of that war.
It showed up late.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not as good as you think you are. And you're about to find that out real soon.
You got Cuba. Cuba got those 300 plus drones from Iran, and they said those are like the size of cars.
Damn.
They're just like suicide drones. So they come from and they said they can reach, if they wanted to, the drones from Cuba could reach all the way to New York City. So imagine, what you gonna do? It gets on the mainland, you gonna shoot it down. You shoot it down, then it hits a hotel or something. Hits a major stadium filled with people. That's devastating right there, man. So something's about to happen.
Yeah, something definitely about to happen. False flags.
Yep.
T attacks. That's definitely coming. Which we gonna be persecuted, right? I'm thinking about scripture. I want to say Timothy. All those that live godly. Yahweh Shai,
shall suffer
persecution.
Yeah, persecution.
Yeah, but we gotta endure all of it though, man. But it's definitely coming. But dealing with this war, Esau not gonna.
12.
Yeah, you want to bring it out real quick?
Yeah, 2 Timothy 3 and Verse 12. Yeah, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution.
And it's part of counting costs, knowing that you gotta suffer. And being taught by the apostles, you gotta learn how to suffer. You gotta learn how to love it, man. If not, you're not gonna endure unto the end. You're gonna give up and fall weak, and you're gonna end up taking the sea help and die. And that's something you don't want to do. But the sea help which is the mark of the beast, the RFID implanted with grain of ice, that's definitely coming. And those who take them going to be part of that nuclear fire, man. You see? You had some, Malachi?
Yeah, I figured I might as well pull this out. Matthew 24, verse 6 in red.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
And Baba Kashak, can you read verse 3?
Yeah. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And as he is Yahushai. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
And one thing we noticed that the apostles, the disciples of the Lord, always inquiring about the end. Mm-hmm. Give us signs of the end, the tokens, right?
Yeah.
And the Lord gave us that. You got it?
It's verse 6.
This is one of them.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
So we not in trouble. We still got our wits about us. Mm-hmm. Now you look at people in the world, they crashing out.
Yeah.
Shit, my coworkers, they was just talking about taxes, like all that taxes going to Israel.
Yeah.
Being mad about that shit, man. Me, I'm like, yeah, I mean, okay, who gives a fuck?
Then you got the American military and the Israel military.
Joining they were talking about that. You're like, yeah,
Yeah.
it ain't the United States of America no more. It's the United States of Israel.
Yeah.
So these people is losing it, which just shows you Esau is losing. We not losing, cause we have we team Yahushua. We can't lose.
We're excited.
Yeah, we excited, man.
Mm-hmm.
But this place is going down fast, man.
Yeah.
It's already the end of July.
Yeah, the end of July. That's August. What? Saturday is August 1st.
Let me see. Yep, Saturday August 1st.
Come on, man. So, like the Apostle Torah said, we count down the months.
Yep.
So we hearing the wars and rumors of wars, but before it go nuclear, the said message got to be fulfilled.
Right.
The man tore the sea hill.
We can see this isn't no regular war.
Exactly.
This ain't no mini, because he said when it first started it was going to last a few weeks.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And then, it was going to be short-lived. Then he's constantly said at the beginning he wiped out all their navy, their forces, everything. They have nothing left, but they're still fighting.
Trump is a liar.
Clearly they got something. And then you got different countries getting involved. Because I believe it just said, there was an article, I think, that came out not too long ago talking about Ukraine just hit somebody involved in this situation. And you had them Greek oil tankers that got destroyed by Iran.
And I heard the Turkey was helping you run out. Turkey, if I'm not mistaken, part of NATO.
And that's how a world war starts.
Everybody get involved.
It starts with a simple, not necessarily simple, but for the lack of better terms, a simple conflict that, and like you said, it starts to, everybody has to pick a side.
That's it.
And that's why, like the brother said, there's a third party in this, and that's Yahweh Shema Shai and the elect, which Lord, when we're a part of that. It's not just Axis and allies in this world war, because Yahweh Shai is going to come back and destroy both sides of that shit.
Yeah, you get Proverbs 21:1 real quick, are you up?
Yep.
Because that just came to mind, because all these nations going to get involved. Which I had this. Let me get this real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 50:14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, which is talking about Babylon the Great. All you that bend a bow, shoot at her. Right, shoot at her, Babylon the Great. So all these nations that have nuclear arsenals, shoot at Babylon the Great. And it says, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord. So all these nations that have nuclear arsenals, nuclear weapons, you're going to press that button, you're going to empty the clip, and shoot at Babylon the Great, man. Mm-hmm. America, man. So these nations go get involved, man. They going to get involved because of prophecy.
Yeah.
Revelation 17, they should hate the whore. You got it, bro.
Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
Yeah, because Daniel 4:17, the Most High ruling in the kingdom of man. You see?
Yep.
So the Most High is in complete control over everything. He is guiding this war. You know, he is in control of this war. And brother, you know, guys on.
I was looking this up, going into Trump and Netanyahu, because you know Trump. It says 9 hours ago, Trump and Netanyahu meet for first time since Iran war began.
For the first time, I thought that nigga was dead. You know, all the AI clips.
Yeah, right.
So who knows?
So he's met, and then I looked up how many times has Netanyahu met Trump this term versus other presidents. So in the past 18 months since Donald Trump's second term, they've met 8 times. Joe Biden for 3 to 4 formal in-person meetings in 4 years, and just in the past 18 months, he's met Donald Trump 8 times. And then Donald Trump, his first term, 8 to 10. Barack Obama, 10 to 12 over 8 years. So there's something going on that they talking about, and they getting some stuff together, especially what we're seeing right now with the American-Israel merging of the military, the government. And now, you know, Israel has access to this. And really, Israel's been had access to your whole American civilization, man.
Oh, yeah.
You got the flock cameras coming in place. And I also heard that ICE soldiers, I'll call them, was being trained also in Israel.
Damn.
By the IDF.
Yeah, by the IDF.
The people that are doing all that heinous shit to
Civilians.
people over there.
They would get sent over there to be trained by the IDF, and then they'll come back, and you see them doing all these heinous crimes.
That's a big thing they were bringing out with the converging of them.
Yep.
Because, you know, I forgot what elder it was, but he was saying, you know, a lot of American troops, which, you know, a lot of Jake families have somebody that was in the military. A lot of American troops aren't going to be willing to put a foot in your ass like them IDF soldiers would.
Yeah.
So they're going to bring them over there, and anybody that got something to say about them and what they're doing, they're just going to throw you in prison.
Yep.
That's the times that we're coming into pretty soon. Like Yahweh always says, you starting to realize that there is no more rights at all in America.
What's the Civil War? The movie Civil War?
Yeah, right, yeah.
See, one thing about it, these movies is turning to reality.
Mm-hmm.
All these dystopian movies is turning to reality.
iRobot.
Reality.
Yeah.
Turning to reality. The Purge, it turn to reality.
Yeah.
The road is finna turn to reality, man.
And then you had Trump with 2028 saying that he's gonna run for a 3rd term.
He been talking about that.
Yeah.
This is Zechariah. You had some Malachi?
No, well, I just had the headline.
Go ahead, bring it up.
Where'd he go? Okay, there it is. New York.
You know we get ready to end too, you know.
New York Times, just to prove what I was saying earlier about Ukraine. I think I've seen end time headlines, but it says Ukraine strike on an Iranian ship could bring 2 wars closer.
Oh,
right
yeah.
there, that's already a big deal.
Yeah, if Ukraine do that shit, we already know who get involved.
Because it said it was to stop a Russian supply to Iran.
You see?
So they can say, well, you know, we struck Russian, but we know that they're allies. And that's affecting a different war now. It's just, it's going to carry over into the same thing. And they've been fighting that shit since, like, what, 2021?
Yes, yeah, forever.
And we know that a lot of the Ukrainians that they're protecting that America keeps funding is small hats, too.
Yeah.
Small hats.
Yeah,
But the biggest one now is Argentina. That's where most of them small hats be at now.
Yeah.
Which is why they kept causing these different wildfires down there and taking the native population's land.
Mm-hmm.
You know, massive land grabs.
Mm-hmm. This is Zechariah 14. I'm going to start at 1. Behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh, and that spoil should be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city should be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished. And half of the city should go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people should not be cut off from the city. So let's read that again from the top. Behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua cometh, and that spoil should be divided in the midst of thee, right in front of you. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle. So he gonna gather all the nations against Jerusalem, which Jerusalem is a people for is a place to fight, which is known as what? Jacob trouble. And you got Jake amongst all these nations, man.
Mm-hmm.
So really, it's everybody trouble, but definitely Jacob, right? But all the nations, right? And mainly Esau, which is the sword, the Most High whooping stick, Revelation 12 and 12. Right? To battle. And the city should be taken. What's going to cause the city to be taken? Martial law, UN troops. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the house is rifled. Right? The house is looted. 2nd Ezra 15 chapter. Because of the lack of bread thereof.
Great tribulation.
There should be great tribulation. Right? Then it's saying the women ravished. Now, ravished going to be in grape.
Right.
So a lot of these women going to be grape. Right? A lot of these women going to be grape. And not just the women. You got moles out here.
Yep.
So man gonna be great, women gonna be great.
By the multiples.
Come on, man.
Multiple men on one dude, one girl.
Yeah, this is hard times, man.
Young,
old, it don't,
Yeah.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Hard time. Never seen before, man. Time like
worst
no
time in
other.
history, yeah.
Then it said half of the city should go forth into captivity. So a lot of people might be us. We still suffer persecution.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna be in what concentration camps? What's come to mind though is Revelation, is it 2 and 10?
Yep.
Yeah.
But the main part of it is what? Be faithful unto death.
Yeah.
But people are like, oh, I'm gonna be here for 14 days. Man, that's just a number. You might be in there for 30 days, who knows? But the point is what? Enduring to the end.
Yeah.
But it said half of the city should go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people should not be cut off from the city. And this is all the will of Yahweh Shemashah doing. Because remember verse 1. The day of the Lord coming. So judgment, heavy judgment is coming. Is it saying in 2nd Ezra 8:50? For great miseries should be done to them in the latter time because they have walked in great pride.
Yeah.
So we're going to be in the midst of chaos, tribulation, but we're going to be saved out of it, Lord, willing to be a part of the elect. Anybody got something else?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, actually, I did have one.
Okay, yeah, we in it.
This is Luke chapter 10, verse 18. And this is going to be in red. It says, "And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." So just going into, because quoted Revelations 12 and 12. Yeah, exactly.
Quick.
And we're talking about, we mentioned, I don't remember if it was on the video or not, but we were talking about how we're already so far into the year.
Yeah.
And there's something happening every month. There's to the point where
So
you
much
don't know what's
going
going to
on.
happen next week.
Yeah, so much going on.
Any week now, an event could take place that changes your life, and you're no longer worried about paying rent. You're worried about surviving off of one event.
It's coming.
Yeah.
That was saying,
Regardless, this man's going down, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, you know what? We ended with this one. This just came to mind. Luke chapter 21, and you can break it down, bro. Luke 21 and 30. Let me see. I started 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surviving and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man.
So you just got to stay focused on what really matters. Where your heart is, there will your treasure be also. Which we know is in the things to come. The spiritual things. We know all this is going to pass away. Regardless if it's this year, next year, 2 years, it's going to vanish. We're not going to grow old and die in Babylon.
God.
And we were meant to be here in a sense of predestination, but had we listened to the Lord, we're not supposed to be here right now. So why would you, I made mistakes and now we're here, so I might as well just be an Edomite, live up in Babylon. That's not how this thing works. You need to repent and daily look for Yahweh Shemashah to bring swift destruction upon this place. But in the meantime, you need to be making them personal changes to yourself. Like it says in 2nd Ezra 14, leave off the mortal thoughts, the weak nature. Because all these people are going to be caught up in that weak nature, and that's why them plagues are going to get them. They don't have that hedge. They don't have Yahweh B'Shem Shai protecting them.
Yeah, beautiful point. Hey, so with that, we're going to end it. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect. Once again, we're going to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai B'Shem HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone, who teach and rule well, and peace and love to the